Hey, welcome. I decided to do another video about the Desert of the Dead Kickstarter models, this time showcasing the Elves. I did the unboxing and I had someone comment and ask if they could see more of the Elves, so I thought I would like to do that. But I figured it would be nice if when I showed them, I could show them assembled instead of covered in flash and just pieces. So I did my best to assemble, I think, at least one example of everything I got from the Elves. I'm printing bases, so practically none of these have bases, just these ones off in the background do. And if it would interfere with painting, I didn't assemble it all the way. But otherwise, everything's pretty much good to show here. Unfortunately, the heavy cavalry, I really hope it's just a picking error. I got these bodies, you can see, they're gorgeous, but then they gave me these pieces that don't quite match up. And they're all like that. I did have some other cavalry units that there were two styles of the same mount, and then two of these other pieces. So you got 5 of each, and just for whatever reason, I got 10 that don't match here. So I wasn't able to put them together, but I can show you those. Those mounts look cool, and we've got these. The shields go in with a little square peg, and then these are just a ball and socket, so you can put them up like this or pointing forward, whatever you want. They look really great, and I'm sure I will get those sorted out. But otherwise, I guess I'll start with the characters here. I've got, I think this was the most popular add-on in backer kit. This is the Elf Queen. She's really cool. She's got this little dragon on her shoulder, posing pose, and just looks really cool. I wish I'd gotten actually an extra one, but just the one. Really like it. Next we got this sorceress. She has a snake staff and a live snake, which goes around. And I also love whenever sculptors can do wizards floating in the air. That's really fun. So that's her. This is the elf standard that you get with the army deal. Something I really appreciated with this is there's actually a join here at her head that glued into the back, as well as you can see the little bit here. So it's not just this teeny little bit holding up the whole thing, but it's a lot more stable. So you can tell they really thought about how these models were going to go together and tried their best to make it good. Actually, assembling them has been really pretty straightforward for the most part. Resin has its ups and downs, but I've been really happy. This is the Gorgon Commander. I got a couple of these, just very cool, and you can see not a ton bigger, but very cool. Next up, there is the, what is this? This is the Hex Sorceress on the Velocigator. She's lovely, and I love the pose. Leaning back on the mount, hair in the wind. The only minor complaint I had with this is her mount is quite a bit larger than the other mounts. Like even this, you can see it's quite a bit larger. So playing this unit or this character in the 9th age, I may not be able to fit her in a unit. The model might just not work. Hopefully it will, but a little larger means it's more fun to paint. So, that's okay. And for the last character I'll show now, we have the sorceress on the Tarragon. She's pretty amazing. Initially, I thought I would use this as a Pegasus mount, but even on a 50mm base, she's quite big, so it could be a manticore, even a dragon, I guess. But I have the big monster for that, so yeah, I can always get creative with rocks, you know, to make it taller so it'll fit better on a smaller base. But that's her. I'll try and zoom in. The teeth came out intact. I was happy. Yeah, really like that. Okay, so next I'll just show you these. They're hanging out in the background. This is the flyers. So I like that these are, I would use these like for harpies, but I like that they're just people in, like you can see there's a person in there, and maybe they magicked some wings onto themselves, but they're really nice. They come with, you know, each unit comes with several poses. And I was able to get some nice looking things out of there. I even got them to rank up, but it was tough. So there's those. Now I'm going to move on to some of the, just the more core units. And these are the Sunblaze hexes. So they're like your witch elf. Yeah, they're all got some really nice poses. Makes me think they're dancing. Show one more. A lot of attitude. So several of those. I got enough for 40. I'll just show you one. They all come with standard bearers, champions, and musicians. So it's nice. Sorry, I'll try and show a lot, but as you can see, it's a lot to get through. Next, we have the crossbows. These are a really good example of the single cast models. The hexes I had to glue the hands on. It was kind of frustrating. Because a lot of times there was flash over the little peg that went in, so then they wouldn't fit unless I cut it. When you're doing 40 hands, it got a little bit annoying. But these pretty much just had to clip off the sprue and clean up a little flash. And they have these really interesting looking crossbows. I like the style. I'll show you. Let's see. Another pose. Oops. Ah. Yeah, they're not as dynamic, but they're meant to just, you know, they go on the base and they rank up easy and they'll look great. Next, we have the spears. Every good elf army needs their spearmen. So we have these nice big shields. And there are those. You've seen them. I think there were renders of those on the campaign. Next I'll show the swords. So in the 9th Age, they got rid of the core infantry with swords and shields, but they added a kind of monster, not a hunter so much, but they are more defensive and can keep monsters tied up. So I still have a use for them. There they are. You can see the shields are a little different. There's a lot of this scarab motif in this army. Scarabs and snakes. Which I really like. Later I'll show you the giant scarabs, which got actually something I could use them for in this Elf 9th Age army book. Here I've got the alternate command models. I think, yeah, you got these for buying the army deal. And so you get, I think, 4 champions and then 3 standard bearers and 3 musicians. And what's really great about these is, I mean, compare it to this. You know, this could be, you could use these as heroes. You could use them just to go in your units for more variety. I think they're really cool. So we have standards, musicians, nice little band. Got the one, I don't know what that's called, bassoon, but makes me think of that weird Swiss horn from Ricola commercials. But nice. And then champions, you get 4, you get 3 close combat champions, and you get 1 ranged. And of course, you have to have someone pointing off into the distance. But yeah, they're all sword and shield. Oops, these ones, but they'll look great and give you a little more variety. All right, sorry about that. Let's see, next, the Hydra and handlers. I love this model because it's cobras, which I've never seen. The heads maybe are a little small, but I mean, they're so poisonous that it's not going to matter the size of the snake. And so, yeah, they're really great. And you get, yeah, a couple handlers. I love the double whips. There, go with it. I'd like to get more of these, but I'm not sure how to do it without getting the Hydra. Okay, and the reason why is because there's now these Thunder Beast packs in the Dark Elf army, which come with handlers, but look at these. And for scale, you just get the 2 sculpts, but you get 5 of them. And those are really neat. I think I finally found a model to try out that color shifting paint on that companies like Turbo Dork or Green Stuff World sell. I got some, but I've never really had a reason to use them. The Sanguine Bath I've shown on pictures, but we'll show it again here. You get this cool Triceratops, get this lady in the bath, it's blood, or whatever. Yeah. I'm excited about that. She comes with a couple of guards. There's one of them. These are the golden guard, I think. Yeah. Those are cool. Next we've got the brigands. So these would be like your corsairs, pirates. They come with 2 hand weapons. These really great cloaks that match the dinosaurs. Alright. Moving along, we're gonna do it. Alright, bolt throwers. I really like these. The design of them is really cool. And yeah. Not complicated, but really elegant. You can see they've copied the same style as the crossbows earlier. And then you get your 2 crew. I got 2 of these, and the crew are a little bit different in each, so I appreciated that. You can tell they put a lot of heart and soul into these models to give people variety. And, you know, then they had to cast them all by hand. I can't imagine the amount of work. I'm very impressed. Let's see, we got, yes. These are the lynxes. This is where they started going maybe into the high elf territory, copying the lion guard from GW, but to be used for some elite infantry. There's a tower guard unit. They're not called tower guard anymore. I can't remember what they are, but they have halberds. And so if you got the golden guard and these, then, which I did, then you get a little more variety if you want. There's those. Next up we have slayers. These are really neat. These would be like your executioners. I forget what they are now. They got a bunch of new names. But check those out. They have these cool Anubis masks. They're a lot like the masks the Harpies or Flyers use, although those would be more like Horus. I guess these are like Anubis. And they're gorgeous. Long braids. Sorry, I'm not the most emphatic person, but I only make videos when I'm really excited about something. If it's like obscure and you don't see a lot of coverage on it, then I want to do it. So I could gush about these forever, but then the video would be like 2 hours long. This is a Gorgon archer. You can see, I think, yeah, they've got the masks on, and they're still elves, which I like. Just changed. And there's even a Gorgon unit now. You can only have 3, but 2 of these will fit on the base that you use for that unit. So be able to use them for that or for unit fillers. These are the ones with spears. They are also just as nice, but they have spears. And some mold lines. Most of it actually didn't have mold lines. I was very impressed. Had the usual flash, you know, bubbles, stuff like that. Resin. I mean, if you worked with resin models, you know that you're going to get bubbles. You're going to get a few things here and there. You lose a bit of detail from a bubble or something, but mold slip is the worst, and I didn't encounter a ton of that. So these guys really worked hard to give us good quality stuff. These are the Golden Guard. I don't know how you'd fight with this. Like, it would just get stuck immediately on whatever you were fighting, but I mean, who cares? It's fun. So there's that. And we are getting down to the last flyers I showed you, the last few things. I'm going to do these shadows. These are probably the ones I don't like. Yeah, I least like these. I don't know why. They're not bad models. There's just something weird about them. I think it's that they're covered in the bandages. Sorry, get them up so you can see them. But yeah, like, you know, that's sort of what happens with resin sometimes, is you just don't get a bubble, like breaks something off. You know, if you're good with putty green stuff, you can fix those kinds of things. I had like one weapon so far that a bubble just totally destroyed. I couldn't fix it. The rest I've been able to fix, unless it's just completely missing. Just a very small percentage of things I've had to ask the company about. But yeah, those shadows are cool. We will do the assassins. I love these. I got 3 of them. And they're actually all different. Subtle differences in pose. Try and turn that. You know, when you're an assassin, you have to be cool and brooding and hold your weapon up to your face so that people can't see you. Just noticing now they don't have like scarves over their mouths. Not afraid of other people, I guess. Oh, that one. Nope. Anyway, those are cool. I will get a lot of good use out of them. Everything's cool. I say cool. Okay. Now we have one of the last things. This is the Cloud Slicer. And it's one of those I didn't totally put together, but you can picture it. Oh, wow. See, that's the mold slip a little bit there. It's not bad. I can shave it off, but so there's that, and there's this. I lost that somewhere. I don't know. Wasn't on when I got it, but doesn't matter. And that comes with bunch of these things to connect. That's the Sanguine Bath person. And then it comes with this. And she's cool. She's the one who pilots the ship. But then it also comes with this, which is like, I don't know, my favorite model, maybe, from the range. I don't know why. It's just like a brigand, but this cool peg leg. And I don't know, just the pose and how she looks. Really like that. So she may not go in the ship. I don't have a use for it. There's something I could use it for, but it's not a very fun unit. So that's that. And then last, well, second last, we have, I almost forgot, sorry. Ooh, this is the Burning Goddess. This is amazing. She's not as big as maybe you would hope for. She's still pretty big. And I got the giant one if I really need a humongous version, but that's her. And again, this is another good example where you have like, this staff is in two parts, but it glues, there's a groove here, so it can glue in, and then it glues in here and also a peg over here. So there's just lots of ways, like this can connect just there, and a little bit down there. There's just ways to glue this model together so where it's not like you're afraid if you pick it up that it's just going to break. But yeah, she's glorious. And then finally, the model we do have that is huge is this Elf Queen on Carnagon. She herself is not very ornate, but she has a good presence. This is like a blanket. That's why there's no scales. So you could do a lot of fun with some freehand, making that look really interesting. But yeah, she's huge. Here's the sorceress. Yeah, so I don't know. I think maybe when they said this was too small at one point, it was more like this size, and they decided it needed to be bigger. So this is what you get. And actually, it's holding together pretty good. No pins in here. I just wanted to try it. There's pegs and holes and stuff that make it all match up. You get a lot of surface for glue, so it's been good. You can pick, there's some arms that you can put on instead of wings. So it's more like just a big dinosaur, but I wanted the wings. Anyway, that's pretty much everything, I think. Looking there, nope. Oh, wait. Sorry, my table's covered in models, and I completely almost forgot. 3 other things. Bonus 3 things. These are the Hex Sorceresses on the Velocigators. It's a good way to show. This one's quite a bit bigger. But yeah, those are really cool. They just look fast, and that's what I love about them. So you have those, and then there are the Bright Riders, which are also on those. They have these wicked looking spears. These are like the heavy cavalry. So this is a ball and socket joint, so you can have this up or not. So I made some like this in varying degrees. So it's nice there's some posability there. Most of the models, you just put them together how they're supposed to go. Those. And then last, really, pretty sure, probably find something after I close the video, is these chariots. They did the mono wheel thing, which, I mean, it's whatever. The people in there they stand a little close to here. I think, we have to argue that elves are quick enough not to get, I don't know, their skin rubbed off by this. But yeah, what is nice about these is they're very straightforward to assemble. Sometimes chariots can be a little complicated. Anyway, you just have two halves that make the chassis. You have this that goes in. Man, that focus. And then this goes in. There's a peg so that you can't mess it up on where it has to go. And then there's just these two pegs on either side, which you have a hole on your mounts. So you can't get confused about, which side goes or which one goes on which side. And then, like all the other ones, you get two crew per chariot. That one's missing an arm, so it must have broken off there. That's great. So I have those pieces. Anyway, you get different poses for each of the crew, so no chariot will look the same. Anyway, I think, finally, now that's it. I hope you enjoyed checking out these elves. I sure enjoyed putting them together. Every time I finished one unit, I was like, I want to do another one. I want to do another one. So I kept going. I've done a bunch of the mummies as well. You'll see there's a bunch over there drying. I have a bunch put together. Then I've got the human mercenaries and halflings and stuff to do later, but I think I probably won't do any more videos on these figures unless it's to show when they're painted. But hopefully that won't take too long and they won't just get hidden in the backlog forever. I'll be doing mummies first and probably elves after that. So not sure when the next video will be. I don't do a ton. You probably saw that the last video I did was like a year or two ago. But I appreciate those of you who subscribed to my channel. That felt nice that you thought it was worth subscribing to, and hopefully I can make some nice videos in the future you'll enjoy. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.